A zombie heart.
Hello, welcome in. Hope you're all doing well today. Bob Sue, congratulations on getting first and for the Prime sub. Thank you for the Prime sub. Not congratulations on the Prime sub, that, yeah. So the plan for today is ultimately, Mario Kart World again. I don't really have a plan. I might go through, free roam and grab some challenges that I don't have done already and whatnot. Apart from that, I might, go online, do some races there. Might do some more knockout tour attempts at CPUs and whatnot. Just stuff like that. So I don't really have anything specific that I want to get done. But yeah. That's how this week is gonna be. I don't have a plan at all this week. As you probably noticed, I didn't put out an official schedule or anything like that. I'm just kind of doing whatever I feel at, like, that day. Today it's Mario Kart World, but it could have very easily just been, like, Tetris 99, or it could have been Pokerogue. It could have been, like, just stuff like that where it's realistically anything that's not, like, a full-ass game that I'd have to sit down over multiple sessions to play. I guess Pokerogue fits into that category, but that's a different case. Yeah, I don't get how that's saying, like, it's still, I get it. I get, like, the meaning of it, and I get the majority of it, but why pants? What was the purpose of putting pants in that phrase? I don't get it. It could have very easily have just been flying by your seat. That could have been the phrase. It sounds weird now because we're so used to the phrase being flying by the seat of your pants. But, like, why? You know? But anyway, I'm gonna get things started because I don't want to miss out on showing off something that's in this game. Never mind, it just stopped. So I'm gonna let this kind of go for a bit. Damn it. Okay. The line is there, which means I need to unplug, replug this in. Go ahead, activate this. Which means fixing the saturation. Yippee. Yippee. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for a bit and just kind of show this off when it eventually does it. Now, I don't know if this was something in the original release or if this was added in an update. Bit of a vibe. I will say one thing. So obviously if you're on YouTube, you noticed probably that I got a new thumbnail. It's using this combination as opposed to the Nabbit thumbnail. I absolutely love photo mode in this. There's quite a few times I'll go into photo mode. I won't take a picture, but I'll just like kind of look around. But yeah, talking about the challenges, I have a guide here. Well, guide. It's an interactive map of all of the different P-Switch locations. And I've marked quite a few down that I've gotten. I've marked down quite a few that I've gotten. As well as like Peach medallions, because I do want to make a, like, I do want to 100% this game at some point. Here we go. They have the CPUs racing the courses. I want to say this started... Wait, no, this started early. I specifically remember it from the DS because it was a lot more prominent in the DS. Because it started a lot earlier. I did not realize that this was in this game, specifically. I feel like this was added in a more recent update. I can't say for certain, though. Hello, Ray. Welcome in. But, you know, that's... whatever. But yeah, to kind of show off, I've got 179 of the 398 P-Switches. On my checklist, I've marked down 178 that I have. There is one that I have not marked that I have because I don't know which one it is. And I'm not going through all of them again just to find out. But I might just go ahead and do a bit of this. Just for the sake of getting them, you know? Plus, this is a very kind of chill thing to be able to do. Okay, it's more this way. Yeah, we've got two over here. Okay, give me a bit. I can race. I'm gonna grab these two that I've missed here. And then I'll go do some races online. This is a very, like, non-committal stream. No, honestly, like I said, it's a non-committal stream. Like, I'm kind of just doing whatever I feel like at any given point. Okay, so I need to do that earlier. I will say, these challenges do get a bit repetitive. Nope, that's too early. Do I need to do it super late? Okay, this is gonna be annoying. I'm not good at wall riding, specifically. Wall riding is, like, not super intuitive to me for some reason. Smash panels or something? Yeah, I don't know. Free roam is one of those things where it's like, especially on stream, like, it feels like, I don't know how to put this. It feels like unless the plan is to hang out, free roam feels like a weird thing to do on stream with people, if that makes sense. I am fucking this up so much. I'm missing something, obviously. Ah, that one would have had it. Maybe not, actually. I think I would have missed that final blue coin. I think that would have been too low. I hit the button and it didn't hit. Yeah. There we go. There is that one done. Alright, and the last one in this section is up here, I believe. Okay, it's somewhere here. Ah, keep doing that. Is it up more? It might be up more. I need to figure out how to get up more there. And I can't get up there? Really? That one feels weird to me. I don't know. Over here. Well, here's this. Well, let's take a look. Okay. So I'm over up here now. Now I just need to find the P switch. This can't be the intended way. This feels like an out-of-bounds area, almost. Oops. Where is it? There it is. Ta-da! Alright. That is all of the P-switches around Acorn Heights. So, I will drop out of free roam and do some online races. Plus, that gave me a bit of warm-up to the controls, so that works. So, I will say, if you see me online, feel free to, you know, stick in the lobby and whatnot, but, otherwise, not realistically much you can do to specifically join me. Unless I got a bunch of interest, then I could open... Wait, can you open closed lobbies with, like, a code? Yes, you can. I've been in one. Man, they're all doing that. Oh, this is specifically the one section where you can get fishbone, and I'm really sad about it. The fact that, like, they're all racing in this section that I need. Maybe? Where are you going? Oh, you started there? And are going this way? Towards Mario Circuit. Okay. How many people are in this lobby? Quite a bit. I have to say, the music in this game is phenomenal. They did a really good job at remixing and remastering a bunch of songs. I tricked and it didn't trick. Yeah, no, the music is just phenomenal. Yee. And away we go. I got ran over. Oh, that fucking sucks. Alright, there we go. Back on the track, but... this is fine. Alright. Ah, damn, they were giant and I couldn't tell because they're usually so small as a character. It missed me. Somehow it missed me, which is fine because it wasn't the one I'm missing, but... I didn't really have much of a choice there. The chain chomp was, like, in the way. Yeah, I'm fucked. I will take that. Given how that entire race went, I will take a 4th. Also, which specific track were you talking about, Aklium? Because I don't know specifically when you sent that. Astra. Interesting. Thank you for your listening to. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know specifically when you sent it, so I couldn't say for sure. Ah, that's a bear. Okay. I don't remember 100% how to get up there. I think you might need to get on the railing first. But, you know. This is one of the few places I have gotten all the panels. I really like the Shiveria day theme. It's very nice. You know, one thing I do really appreciate about this game is the way it does explosions. They have the actual, like, boom. Like, it's almost like a cartoon explosion, which I feel like fits a lot better for the series. Wow, a bullet bill into first, huh? You just want to get carried. Oh, that was the worst spot for that. I should have used the mushroom. And immediately in last place. And I didn't even get a final item. Oh, that fucking sucked. That was legitimately the 100% worst time to get hit with a red shell. It took me from second to last. That was bullshit. Oh, hello. Yippee. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Like I said, today is just very brain empty. There's not much going on in here. I have been hit with 3 boomerangs so far in this one race alone. 2 of them on the way back and 1 of them point blank. I'm getting fucked over constantly. Oh, right, I should probably put on that. I love that you just get the mini map, like part of the mini map when I have that on there in free roam. Yeah, I am getting fucked over constantly. Cause that's twice now that I've gotten fucked over by a red shell. That's just essentially taken me completely out of the race. I love this game. Damn it. Oh, while I'm back here, I might as well grab coins. Literally just in the middle of a shroom cut. Unironically, falling there was better for me than just driving the race normally. Like, that's how much of a gap that closed. Oh, I got fucked over so many times in that. This game fucking sucks. Of course, I do mean that sarcastically. I don't actually hate the game. But, like, I will say, just so much more of a reason why I think I enjoy Sonic Racing Crossroads more than this game. Like, yes, you can get fucked over by items there, but it feels a lot less punishing because you're able to catch up really quickly. Whereas in this game, it can seriously feel like you get fucked over and you're just fucked for the rest of the race. I want to stay in the north. Please let us stay in the north. No, they do. It 100% does. But it feels like there's a lot more you can do outside of just relying on items. It's not that the items don't make a difference. It's that they're less impactful than the actual racing. I saved that. Holy shit, the feather saved that. No, I bounced on someone's head. I guess the best way to put it is Sonic Racing Crossroads feels like a racing game with items added in for spice, as opposed to Mario Kart, which feels like an item game with racing as its medium. If that makes sense. It feels like the items are the only thing that matters in this game, whereas Sonic Racing Crossroads, your skill as a racer feels a lot more important. For no reason at the last moment. Yeah. I don't know. I guess the biggest thing that I would say is, to me, it seems like all the issues I have with the Mario Kart series are fixed in Sonic Racing Crossroads. I don't like any of these. Like, this is unironically my least favorite corner of the map. In terms of courses. I guess I will say Sonic Racing Crossroads has a lot smaller of a an item pool. And so that kind of helps with, you know, getting items that feel like they're helping, as opposed to just items that feel like nothing. Then they're classified into categories. There's attack items, which don't offer anything, you know. There's attack items that, like, will attack the people in front of you, and whatnot. There's also a locking on mechanism for most things. There's defensive items that are specifically made for defense and nothing else. And then there's boost items, which this game has those categories, but they're not categorized, so you get some items that feel a lot worse than others. Then I guess there's also the license system, which allows you to go through and, you know, add like gadgets to help race within your style. Like there's a gadget plate that I used that was entirely, you could still steal rings from players. Tricks would grant you rings. You could do tricks a lot faster. And when you got rings, you would get a small boost. So like that was very much so tied to doing air tricks and being in close proximity to people in order to get a lot of speed. Because that's how I tend to like to race. That's my preference. Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. You get a very small boost, but I'm meaning like you would get a boost in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds with the gadget. Hello, Game Nights. Welcome in. Sounds good. Thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoy your time here. That was intentional. Horrible timing. I will say, I think I prefer this area of Peach Circuit over, like the top section. I'll take a 5th. After how today has been going. Okay, this is the only one going south, other than Rainbow Road, I would have chosen. Because I really like Crown City. Crown City, I think, is one of my favorite music tracks in this game. From, like, the new tracks in the game. Hey, let's go. I'll take a Boo Cinema. Boo Cinema being my my favorite new track in the game. My favorite track that's new in this game is what I specifically mean by that. Ooh, that was some decent timing. I don't know why I'm playing so aggressive right now. I usually don't. I'm usually not nearly this aggressive in this game. I guess it might be because I played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds so much. Damn it. I tried to go for something cool there. But yeah, in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, you can't hold items behind you, and all the defensive items you use, like, you use them to get the defense from them. So I think that's partially what's going through why I'm playing a lot more aggressive right now, is because I'm using items a lot more. I don't know, just that is one of those things that I feel like is just better from a gameplay standpoint. You want to use items, otherwise, you know, what's the point in having them, sort of thing. And so, like, I think it's just the nature of how this game was designed, that I'm now seeing things that I don't care for. Just in Mario Kart as a whole, not specifically this game. Yeah, that's precisely why I want to be over there. Because that is the one racer that I don't have yet. Are you kidding me? Dead lobby as well. Like, this sucks. Yeah. And then immediately... That's the other thing. I think part of the reason why, like, it feels like the items don't just fuck you over in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Everyone is so close together for that items, even if they do take you to the back of the pack, the items only affect you for like 10 seconds at a time. Or not 10 seconds, like 10 seconds is like the maximum you'd get hit with. And that's if things are particularly bad. But like, the items themselves, like, in this game, you know, you can get hit by something and get sent to the back of the pack, and all of a sudden everyone's like a full lap ahead of you. It's an exaggeration, but you know. In Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, you would get sent back a few places just because everyone was so close, and that was it. Like, the equivalency of this game would be, essentially, you're in first, you get hit by an item, you get sent to third. Whereas, in this game, that same item would take you from first all the way to, like, 8th or 9th, is the thing. Like that's how it feels. That was a bad explanation, but, like, just... time-wise, right? If you were to get hit for the same amount of time in this game as you do in Cross Worlds, you'd be sent to, like, maybe third. But because it's a lot more tightly packed, you'll get sent to, like, 5th or 6th in that game. But in this game, items take so much longer to hit you, so it just feels so much worse. It feels so much worse to get hit by stuff, is what I mean. It also doesn't help that the way items are... I've mentioned before that I have problems with bagging as a strategy. I don't like the idea of bagging because it feels disingenuous to racing. Like, as its genre, I guess. Now, that's me. That is me. I get some people enjoy that sort of thing, but I don't like the idea of it just because it feels scummy, I guess. And the whole, like, item set that this game has just kind of leans into it, being like, hey, you need some comeback items? Okay, well, here's some comeback items. It's time to get you in first. Like, the difference there is, like, you get stuff like mushrooms and stuff like that in, like, first and second. In Racing Crossworlds, you'll get, like, a boost, maybe in the top half, but you're a lot more likely to get boost items in the latter half. Doesn't make them overpowered. It just means you get the same item, but the fact that you get it, you're more likely to get it in back half. There's less items in total. Blink and be last next second. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I feel like Crossworld solves a lot of issues like that. The items are a lot more... I feel like it's not that the items are more balanced, because there were some non-balanced things because it was an open network test. But it felt like the items were a lot more intuitive to a racing standpoint, as opposed to an item play standpoint. Like, you'd get more boost items in the, like, back, like, third of the racers. You'd get a lot more attack items in the second third. You'd get a lot more defensive items in the first third. And that's how they kind of split it up. Which makes sense to me, because in the back half, you're trying to catch up, so you get boosts. In the second half, you're trying to attack to get into the top slots, so you're getting attack items. And in the top half, you want to keep your spot, so you're getting defensive items. That feels a lot better from a racing standpoint, as opposed to, yeah, no, you get all item types in every single, place, but they get more powerful the further back you go. Like, there's nothing stopping you from taking a boost item into, like, the top placements. You just won't be able to chain them super easily, because you won't be getting more boost items in the front. You'll get, like, some defensive items, but you can't, like, speed super far ahead just with items you got from last place. So it feels a lot better, and there's a lot more pack play in that. Like, I don't think there was a single race that I played in the open network test of Crossworlds that wasn't pack play. There were no, like, super far forward, like, there's no super far forward racers. There weren't too many in, like, the very back of the pack. The difference, Oclium, is in this game, you get boosts pretty frequently in, like, second and third. Well, I guess third through sixth, I guess, in this game, because how they did the layout. You'll get stuff like boosts really frequently, and you'll get golden mushrooms and bullet bills in last place. In Racing Crossworlds, you got boost items. You got a single boost, maybe in, like, third or fourth, and then in last you would get a triple boost. Like, that's the extent of the power difference between items. There weren't really golden mushrooms. I think there was an item like that. I think I only got it once in the entire open network test. There was a bullet bill-like item in the drill, but at that point it wasn't, like... It felt more like an attacking item than a boost item. You didn't get a super ton of speed. I guess in that case, it's a lot more like the bullet bill in this game than in previous games, Because in previous games, the bullet bill would have like a set time. In this game, it's very distance dependent. I don't know, the items just felt a lot better to me in that game, in terms of allowing for pack play. In this game, it feels very much so like you either front run or you're in the back of the pack. Well, not specific. What? How do I want to explain that? Because that's not. It feels like either you're in the front or you're dead. I'll put it that way. And that's the other thing, with the fact that you can't hold items behind you in that game. Defense was very specifically timed. You had to time your defense. You only got like 2 defensive items. You didn't hold items behind you, so like you didn't get... Like if you had the saw, which was essentially this game, that game's red shell, you couldn't hold that behind you to protect you from someone else hitting you. You had to get one of the few defensive items in order to protect yourself. And I think that also was a big drawing factor for pack play, is because you couldn't just protect yourself constantly. You couldn't rely on having that defense. I don't know, it's just... I've made mention before on how much I dislike bagging as a strategy. And I think Sonic Racing Crossworlds fixed that. Because, like I said, I don't think I had a single race where it wasn't just pack play the entire time. All it took was one person running me over, and I went from 3rd to last. All it took was one item. Like that... I don't know. I get frustrated at that sort of thing. I'd say it's perfect design. It's a racing game. You're meant to be racing. It wasn't pack play because, oh, everyone's going really slow. It was pack play because everyone was on even grounds the entire time. It didn't feel like you got sent to the back constantly. The best way I can put it, right? If you watch any sort of, like, real-life racing, right? Obviously, there's no items, but the large majority of that is pack play. You're racing your other competitors who are the same speed as you. The point of it isn't like, oh yeah, one person is in front and they're gonna always do that. Should be able to take the lead and worse players would naturally fall behind. Which is precisely where the items come in. The items make it pack play so that it's even ground like that. You have more skill, but you get a lot more interest, I guess. It's not all, hey, you're good at this game, so you're always gonna win. You're bad at this game, so you're always gonna lose. You get what I mean? Because, like, yes, you want to get better. And, like, yes, there is a lot of that. That's the sort of thing I mean, where it's like you're stopping in the back, you're specifically getting into low places to get comeback items, to then get to the front and use them so you get an insane lead. That sort of thing is what I mean by bagging. I don't mean, like, you know, the Kart combinations and stuff like that with different stats. I get it. Like, that sort of thing, it's like, you need to decide, do you want acceleration? Do you want speed? Because higher speed means you're more likely to, you know, gain ground, but acceleration means you're less likely to, you're a lot quicker to regain that speed that you have. So from that standpoint, I wouldn't call choosing stats specifically the sort of thing. But, like, in terms of bagging as a strategy, it is entirely, hey, get last place items and bring them to the front. Specifically, start in the back so you can then get really powerful items. That sort of thing feels bad to me. That was a lot longer of a section than I expected it to be. Because realistically, what I think would be like the best way to play a racing game, right? We'll take Mario Kart, for example. In my opinion, how it should be played is you are racing, you're trying to get first, using the items to do so, while trying to gain coins, while also taking smooth racing lines. That's how I feel like racing should be in racing games. Instead of, hey, yeah, no, at the start of the race, stay in the back so you get amazing items, then take perfect lines in order to bring those items to first, then use the items so that no one else can catch up. That's kind of what I'm trying to say there. I don't know, that's just one of those things that, like, it goes in the same sort of strategy as, like, spawn camping, I guess. So front running is completely unstoppable. Well, that's the thing. You don't want front running to be super powerful, but which means bagging is also like the other side to that. Somehow, Sonic Racing Crossworlds fixed both. There isn't bagging in the game, but front running isn't super powerful to the point that you can't lose. That's what I'm trying to say. That's where the pack play comes in. That's how pack play is the perfect sort of racing game mechanic, racing game strategy. Buying victories is also a strategy in real life racing. From the standpoint of endurance, because that's entirely different. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying that, like, essentially, there's a difference between no skill involved and gameplay balanced for pack play. There is a lot of skill involved in Crossworlds, but it's a lot less of a perfect skill to counteract anything that could happen to you. And being able to be carried by items. In Crossworlds, it feels a lot more like you still need skill to race the track properly. There's a lot more skill involved in the actual track racing aspect of it, because the tracks are a lot narrower. But you're not needing to compensate for people using items to just essentially, like, destroy your chances at playing the game, I guess. Nope, I'm done. I'm just done. String and hard bagging kind of comes with the MK power to just play and tell silly stories and a race together. Yeah. The issue I would see now is because Mario Kart has kind of bred this community. If they try and change it, nothing's gonna happen. If they try and change it, people are gonna get pissed because they ruined Mario Kart. Which is why I'm really excited for Crossworlds. Like, Crossworlds does everything in a racing game that I feel like a racing game should. It feels like you're on a lot more even grounds. It feels like you don't get fucked over by items nearly as often. And overall, the controls feel a lot smoother to me, I guess. It is another thing to throw in. Like, the stuff with the drifting and the, like, actual racing, I just feel like it feels better. That's not to say I dislike Mario Kart. I do enjoy Mario Kart. But I just feel like Sonic Racing Crossworlds does racing better in my mind than Mario Kart does. Like I said earlier, it feels like Crossworlds is a racing game with items, whereas Mario Kart feels like an item game through racing. That's kind of the difference. And that's not, like, that's just different styles of play. It feels a lot more like Sonic Racing Crossworlds is more focused on the racing aspect, and items are just used to help keep everyone together, as opposed to Mario Kart, which feels a lot more like, hey, use these items, and these items will help you get first. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's one of those things where something like bagging in a racing game is a pet peeve of mine. Because you're in a racing game and you're choosing to not race to get better items. Essentially. You then need to, like, catch up and use those items, but very skill heavy at higher levels. Well, yeah. I won't say it's not. But for casual play, when you're up against people who are, for lack of better terms, tryharding, it feels very bad to play. Like, I would not call myself unskilled in this game. I would call myself decently skilled. But when I'm trying to play casually, I don't want to have to try hard just to feel like I'm doing anything. Or dictated by skill, actually. And I think that comes from this aspect of when you're playing casually, you're stuck against people who try hard. So you have to be more skilled in order to win races. That's the sort of thing. How do you combat someone bagging? You just have to play better than them. That's the only thing you can do. And that's what kind of pisses me off about it, I guess. It's because you can't just play for fun when you're playing against other people unless you're all in the same room and playing it for fun together. If you're playing online against randoms, you have to try hard, otherwise you lose. And that's kind of one of the big things that I dislike about this series, is it's bred that sort of community. And that's where I think Sakurai with, I think Sakurai with, Kirby Air Riders is doing something really cool with it. Because he's very much so like, yeah, no, we want people to win because winning is fun. We do. But at the same time, we don't want it to become frustrating gameplay for people. Which is why one of the reasons why I'm excited for that game as well. Now, granted, racing isn't the main, like, point of that game at this point. But, like, it's entirely something, like... What's the best way to put this? You're not... In Kirby Air Riders, from what we've seen so far, every character is essentially the same. The only difference is their special ability. And of course you get different strategies with different rides and whatnot, air rides. But the actual racing itself doesn't really have items per se because it's all the abilities. And that will feel like a racing game. That will feel like you're just racing and that's it. Which I like. And because there's no items to send people backwards or like... Well, there is, but like, because it's not so much a focus of like, hey, use these items to send people backwards to like boost forwards. There's a bit of that to balance it, so that the super highly skilled players aren't just, you know, winning every time. Like, you have a chance if you're not as good at the game. But it's not so much so that there's going to be strategy involved with, hey, make sure you get this item right at the start and then drag it up forward. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, wanting to try and win, trying their best should be the norm. Yes, I agree. People trying their best to win should be the norm. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. But I shouldn't have to spend 100% focus on not, like... I shouldn't have to take perfect lines to stay in the front, is what I'm saying. If I'm trying to play casually, I shouldn't be having to take perfect lines, use items perfectly, in order to stay close to the front. That's the sort of thing that I'm trying to say. I just want to have a fun time. Like, obviously I'm trying to win races, but I don't want to have to spend so much focus on, hey, I need to use this item now. I need to hold this item. I need to, like, hold on to this boost until I get to the specific point in the track. It's a lot of that sort of stuff where it's like, I don't want to have to focus so much on that when I'm just trying to race and have a good time. But when you're playing online, you don't have a choice. It's either that or lose. I'm not necessarily saying lower skilled lobbies, because I don't want to just, like, get an easy win. But at the same time, I feel like there should be a difference between... And this is one of those things where it's like the ranked versus casual play. That's not in this game. Like, I want to be able to essentially race like how I'm playing now. I want to be able to race like this where I'm not really, like, focusing so hard on, you know, what the other people are doing and responding to all of that and trying to, like, take all these shortcuts. I'm not saying I want easier wins. I just want to be able to not focus so hard and still have a chance, I guess. But that's the issue with playing with other people, right? Unless you're all in agreement that you're just kind of, you're playing like this, people are going to be tryharding, and that means you're going to have to try hard too if you want to keep up. I don't want to try hard the entire time I'm playing, is the thing. But I still want some level of, you know, I want some level of skill required. Like, that's one of the big reasons why I'm not saying I want to just race CPUs. Is I want it to be harder than that. I want it to be where I'm not guaranteed to win. But I also don't want to be forced to spend all of my energy on strategizing while I'm playing. Set of high placement? Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's something that bugs me in online games, particularly, is you get forced into this mindset of you have to play super, super well just because there's going to be people tryharding. Because there's going to be people tryharding, and because there's going to be people, like, going through and playing metas. It's the same reason I don't like metas in games. It's because it forces people to play a certain way. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm running the track casually. I'm not thinking super hard on the aspect of needing to take specific lines. I'm just kind of racing. And I would like to be able to play like this without getting last, essentially. But if I were to play like this in an online lobby, I'd be forced into very low placements constantly because of the nature of online play. If that makes sense, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's less so I want easy wins and more so I want to not be guaranteed last for playing casually. And I'm not saying you did. In fact, this game is very much... I don't feel like a meta has been built in this game yet. At least not that I've seen. I have seen people play a lot of different characters and using a lot of different cards. I feel like a meta hasn't been properly built in this game, which is awesome. But at the same time, the strategies on each race, on each course, has been built to perfection to the point where especially in higher end lobbies, you're going to get people who race perfect lines constantly. And you don't really have an option to go against them other than try-harding yourself. And that's kind of one of those things as well. I'm not as good at this game, but I'm getting put into lobbies of people who can do that sort of thing where I'm forced to play out of my mind just to not get last. Like that's the issue I'm running into. Is like, obviously getting low placements constantly is not fun. It's frustrating more than anything. But because of how this game has been built so far, all of the lobbies I've been in have been people who are just that much better and using items that much more simply and taking that many more cuts that I feel like I'm forced to be a lot more focused just so I'm not getting frustrated at essentially never getting above like 12th place. Play worse in general? Yeah. I would 100% agree with that. But that's kind of the issue that I've been running into with this game in particular, where it's just a matter of I'm getting frustrated because I'm having to... I'm playing my absolute best to the point where, like, I'm super focused on it, and I'm still not getting anywhere. I'm still getting super low placements constantly. And that makes me more frustrated, and there's nothing I can do about that because of the nature of how this game gets played. And that was one of the things with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds that I feel like did better. I didn't have to play completely out of my mind to get podium. Now, like, out of the, I want to say 12 racers in that game, I would pretty consistently be in around, like, 7th or 8th. But the way I played, I also got a few podium placements pretty sporadically in there. I didn't feel like I had to change how I was playing in casual. I didn't have to change my casual playstyle just to have a shot at winning. And I'm not saying that people need to curtail to my mindset and stuff like that. But I'm just saying that that's why I feel like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a better racing game for me. Is it solves a lot of the issues that I have. It solves a lot of the... It gives solutions to my problems with the genre. That's what I'm trying to say. And again, I'm not saying this is a bad game. In fact, I do enjoy playing it. It's just a matter of this game makes me frustrated with how its online community is built. And especially with how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ended up being by the end. Like, I've mentioned before why my pet peeves in games are stuff like spawn killing and snipers. It doesn't feel fun when you're forced into a situation where it's impossible for you to win or do anything. And with stuff like metas and in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe specifically bagging, it feels like it throws you into situations where you don't have a choice. I'm not saying that I don't have to try hard. I'm just saying I don't have to, like... I don't have to look up strategies in order to win, if that makes sense. I can win just by playing as opposed to needing to look up all these shortcuts and all these strategies and all these, like, metas and stuff like that. Personal meta might take longer to develop. Yeah. Interesting. That's a thing. Okay. I guess part of it as well. There's not really shortcuts in Sonic Racing Cross World. The only shortcuts are like cutting grass patches on corners. So there's no real like huge gap cuts or anything like that. So in that case, it's a lot more have better racing lines, I guess. But I digress. I have my issues with this game, and they're my issues to have. But I'm gonna head off here. I've got stuff to do, so... You know. With that, I will say thank you, everybody, so much for coming by. Hope you all have a wonderful time zone. Make sure you take care of yourself, drink some water, get some rest, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Mwah.